Hey guys, TotallyRandie here. Now, if you were at the Texans game October 27th, you witnessed a historic event because Andre Johnson, he is the only Texans player to be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame, celebrated his legacy there October 27th at the Texans game. Now, listen, NFL actually partnered with IYO Visuals, okay, to bring the Andre Johnson project to life to celebrate his legacy on the field and beyond the field. And speaking with me, or actually talking with me, today is Issac Yowman. He is the CEO and owner of IYO Visuals. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Hey, Issac, thank you for talking with Randy today. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good.
I am good also. So let's talk about the Andre project.
Yeah, the Texans reached out to me. Shout out to my brother Maurice Elrod. Have been trying to figure out ways to collaborate via the NFL for a minute, and this Andre Johnson project just felt like the right one. I represent Houston strong, and even though Andre is from Miami, he definitely put on for the city. So we connected and we had a lot of mutual people as well. So it was only right that we did it.
Absolutely. And so, with sports, sometimes it's very hard to decide which way you want to go. What aided you in deciding how you wanted to lay out the project?
I did a lot of deep research on Andre Johnson's life and his legacy on and off the field. Um, Man, just a super humble guy. Honored to have been able to highlight him, and we sat down with the whole Texans organization. Probably about 5 to 6 months prior to even turning on the camera. We had to do a lot of like deep diving to make sure that this project was really true to Andre. If you know anything about Andre, he's not very in the lights, in the camera. He all about, what I mean, taking care of business on and off the field. So it was super important that, I connected with the organization and him and made sure that we was putting together something that he'd be proud of, his kids would be proud of. And, ultimately this is a big deal. It's Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? So it's like we wanted to make sure this was something that was like felt like legacy. And Andre was happy with the idea and the concept, and we ran with it.
I love that. And absolutely, not only is it a big deal Hall of Fame, but he's the only Texan to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame. And then not only that, but it's a big deal for you because you guys made history. So we know that 2024 has been a very historic year.
For sure.
But making history, what was your biggest challenge, Issac, to do this project?
When you're working with an organization like the NFL, the Texans, it's big boy business. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of things you can and can't do. And so just navigating that process and making sure that we crossing all our I's and dotting all our T's and making sure that um, the product is representative of what the brand stands for through and through, and then also too making sure we're not highlighting any competing brands. And so just trying to navigate all of that and still make it dope and creative and something that Andre and the organization would be proud about. So I think we did a good job. The club was proud of us for sure.
Absolutely, and you can see how much he loved it as well as he celebrated his legacy. Now, you are no stranger to Houston. You have done amazing projects with Nike, with Adidas, with Travis Scott, with Megan Thee Stallion, Ava Duvernay. Like you are that guy, award-winning film director. Who is Issac Yowman for those who don't know, for our audience?
And I appreciate the gas up. It's funny when you just in the motions, you never like put it all together like that. But to be honest, like I'm about community. I'm about, what I mean, making sure people show up and they as their best version. So like my personal slogan to life is forever a student, forever a servant. You know what I mean? And so I'm forever gonna be soaking up game. I'm never done. I'm never finished. I want to be learning to the day I'm out of here. You know what I mean? And then I always want to be a servant, same way to the day I'm out. You know what I mean? So for me, when I think about my career in music and film, it's always serving. It's serving an audience, it's serving a purpose, and it's serving whoever is the talent in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Making sure that they show up as their best version. I'm like that with my fiance, with my mom, with everybody. I'm always learning and I'm always serving. 13 years in business this year. Looking forward to another, you know what I'm saying, 13 plus more. Ultimately for me, and I think the ethos of IYO as a whole is just, making sure that you being a servant to people and to your clients. I feel good about all the things I've accomplished, but we know we're near the peak. We just get started.
I love that. Now that's a powerful word. And speaking of that, it's a great way to transition. NFL. Some people think that that's the top of the top. Where does Isaac want to go afterwards?
I mean, my ultimate goal is to do, big boy feature films, theatrical releases, streaming releases. We've had a few successes already, but we're definitely looking forward to more and continue building. Um, and that's where we at with it right now. I got a new film that I'm working on right now, a new short called "Sincerely Brad" that'll come out in 2025. And for me, that's like it's my mixtape before the album. You know what I mean? I've released a lot of short films and tributes and highlighting other people's lives. And so for me, it's just like continuing to sharpen my iron, continue to sharpen our team's iron, so that way when the opportunity presents itself, with a story that feels right and connected true to me and who I am and who our organization is and everything I told you previous to this shows up, we ready. You know what I mean? And so man, that's the long term goal, is really to be doing, feature films, theatrical releases, streaming releases, and we there, we close. You know what I mean? We've already had, got a film right now, Paramount Plus and BET Plus. We had a film this year, Rods and Hides, win at Tribeca Film Festival. I was in the same room with uh, Tarantino and Robert De Niro, so you know what I mean. They say birds of a feather flock together, so I'm trying to make sure I'm around the right flock. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Why can't Houston become the Hollywood of the South, like Atlanta? Houston have so many creatives, so much talent, but for whatever reason, there's a block there. As someone that's in the industry, can you give me your reason, possibly?
Uh, I think it's a slow grind. You know what I mean? Houston is a slow city. Everything we do, we take our time. We're patient. They call us Scrooston for a reason. You know what I mean? Everything is slowed down, but once it's done right. And a lot of the Houston staples that took their time and did it the right way are still here living to today. And I think post pandemic, a lot of things shifted. You know what I mean? But man, the tide is shifting right now. Afro Tech is happening in Houston. You know what I mean? One of the biggest conferences for people of color. You got big brands, big uh, everybody who's who in town. You know what I mean? I'm doing a few panels. I'll actually be on a panel with Microsoft later on today. But I mean, you got, all the who's who in the city, and we got the talent here. You know what I mean? We got talent here that's directed big shows, produced big shows, acted and been in front of camera on big shows. So, man, it's just everybody coming together and continuing to do the work. Uh, and it's being done behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, uh, it's being done. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? Some of the work is definitely being done, and I just think, once, because what I think more than anything is that it's gonna take somebody from here. It's gonna take some folks from here to really shift the real, make a major shift first, and then getting the cosigns and all that from other people will help. But I think the reason Houston is where it is because we don't let nobody just come into our city and dictate what we got going on and how the city gonna look and how it's gonna shape. Because we'll be quick to be like, nah, that ain't how we moving. Because if you're not including us in it, you just come in here, you know, uh, not really elevating the culture. So yeah, I feel good about where we're going, and it's a lot of people behind the scenes really putting in and doing the good work. So
Good. That's good. That's you gave me a lot of hope there to see that tide is definitely changing and shifting there. Thank you for the talk and mentioning Afrotech, because I was going to talk about your panel. Your panel is actually tomorrow, right? Or is it
uh,
today?
We got the panel today. Today, on the 14th, we're
Yes.
going live with Microsoft at the House of Black Excellence.
Yes.
Myself and Speedy Mormon. So it's gonna be a good one. And then I'm gonna pull up on my brother Kendrick Sampson. I think Issa is in town. Man, it's going down, man. We got a lot of the family in the town. I know Latoya is around here running around. Man, shout out to Afrotech Blavity and my girl Morgan. Man, just doing her big one, man. Really putting on for the culture. And man, this is a great step towards what we just talked about. You know what I mean? People coming together and creating cohesiveness in a city like Houston. No better place, man. So I'm excited.
Tuesday, November 5th. With the change, are we going to hear from Afrotech? Are we going to hear from you, from a lot of people in the industry, how Black excellence in your industry can operate and continue to do what they do with the change of who is now in office in the White House?
Regardless of who's in office, what we doing right now got to surpass what happens in 4 years. It got to surpass what happens in 8 years. So the plans and the due diligence that we're doing right now is to set up Houston for a lifetime. And so I think, we got to make a concerted effort to make sure we showing up as our best versions for ourselves and thinking about the future, thinking about the kids, you know what I mean? Making sure
But
that
have
we
you put
setting
into
things in place.
right? But have you put into mind maybe if you have to call an audible, depending on how policy has changed and
I
how it
call
affects our
I call I
industry?
call audibles every day. We in the world of film production, so you know what I mean. My new production company that I just started last year is called Pivot Content. Man,
Mm,
listen, life, especially in this industry, is identifying the art of the pivot. And
mm.
if you ain't built to pivot, you ain't built to win.
And that's what I needed to hear. I love that. So you guys heard it first right here. Isaac Yowman said, listen, it doesn't matter what policies change and how they affect the industry, you must pivot. And so I'm glad to hear that you actually have that on the top of your mind, that if you do have to pivot, you already have that in play. Hopefully you will give that to your audience as well. I know we're wrapping up right now. So where can everyone find you, Isaac?
Yeah, my personal social media is all chill vibes, CHILL vibes, VIBES, just spelt how it sound. And yeah, all of our personal stuff for our brand, IO is the IO Collective. So IYO, the IO Collective. That's on social media, website, all of that.
Awesome. I absolutely love that. Is there anything else you want to leave our audience before you head out of here and head to Microsoft with Speedy?
Oh nah, man, it was great speaking with you, Randy. Hope to see you soon. We in the city. It's up right now, so.
Yeah. All right. Look, drop the location, man, when y'all are hanging out. I'm going to pull up and pick
Microsoft would be real mad at me if I did that. So I cannot confirm nor deny where it is, but I can confirm that it's happening.
I love that. Listen, you guys are here talking with Totally Randy. I'm talking with Isaac. He is dropping all the knowledge. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your time with us. Make sure you go and follow him. Anybody who's looking, last question, really fast, Isaac. Anybody who's looking to join your team, like I said, there's so many creative people. There's so many talented people here in Houston, but they just can't get through a door. Anybody
Right.
looking to join your team or be a part of one of your projects? How can they go about doing that?
Yeah, man. Make sure turn your post notifications on. Follow me. I often drop hints in my posts where people and I'll send people private DMs. Man, just in the past year, man, we've brought on at least a dozen people just off of social media. I'll leave a post and say, hey, comment this. You comment it, I'll send you a private DM to, have you fill out some stuff so my team can do their due diligence and kind of background check. But once that's done, man, we got a pipeline full of creators. So I do it pretty often too. So man, we always trying to open up doors and create opportunity. That's what we bought.
Okay, you guys. Thank you, Isaac, for talking with me.
No problem. No problem. You have a blessed day.
You too.
All righty.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. All right, Isaac Yowman, he is the CEO owner of IYO Visuals. Man, that guy is going places. I'm telling you, like he said, he was already in the room with Robert De Niro and Tarantino. So if you are here, you're in Houston, you're talented, you're trying to get your projects out there, you're trying to get your talent out there. This is where you need to go. You need to go follow this guy. Okay, you guys, I'm Totally Randy. Thank you for talking with me. Make sure you go and follow him and follow me as well. Also follow Black Press USA. Duh, and I'm out. Bye.